Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. We're back, and I hope that those of you that watched my post yesterday have made your 10 things that you're blessed with list and 10 things that you look forward to after coronavirus. Hopefully that helped you realize a lot of things that you have going on that are blessed. I left you hanging a little bit talking about emotion and how it incorporates itself into the body, but really didn't talk about how to release that. In Chinese medicine, at least the type of Chinese medicine that I do, we feel that emotions are deposited into the body and they need to be released. So we talk about the emotion, we work the emotion out, and then I do acupuncture points in order to serve that purpose. Exercises, mantra, chanting, different things like that are also ways to work out these emotions. If you look at, say, a funeral in the Middle East, you'll notice that everybody's making noise and crying and carrying on, and what they're doing is they're expressing their emotion and getting that emotion out in order to relieve themselves from some of that pressure of the loss of a loved one. In a similar fashion, children, when they want to express themselves, they throw a tantrum. They get it out. They let it go until they're told, no, you can't act like that. No, you can't do that. And so in our Western society, we frequently are repressed in our ability to express ourselves. I sometimes will have a young child come in and I have to sew, say, a laceration on his face. And he's crying and the parents are going, don't cry, don't cry. And I'm going, no, let him cry. This is a good time to cry. This is an okay time to cry for him to get that out and get that emotion out and express that emotion. So we all have to learn individual ways to get our emotions out and express our emotions. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get that out. So you can exercise it out, you can think it out. I don't believe that only thinking or talk therapy are really adequate ways to do that. You have to do some sort of physical exercise. In my acupuncture practice, if you have headaches, what I'll ask is, what are you thinking so much about? What are the thoughts that are swirling around your head? If you have shoulder pain, my thought is, what's the weight of the world that's on your shoulders? If you have chest pain, what is it that's aching your heart? What is it that's stuck in there that's aching your heart? If you have something like GERD or reflux, what is in the world that you can't swallow that needs to come out? You're rejecting things that are coming into your body. You're trying to get it out. If you have hip pain, who is it that you want to kick? What's the step forward you don't want to make? And it goes on from there. So what I'm trying to help you understand is I really do look at disease processes as not only a physical thing, but as an emotional and a spiritual thing. Something like anxiety is essentially a mental difficulty that becomes a physical difficulty. We have anxiety about not being in control of things being out of our control, having fear about the future. And it starts out as a mental process, but eventually it incorporates itself into the body and stimulates what's called the sympathetic nervous system, and you start to get palpitations, you get sweating. Then you get into the cycle of anxiety where you start to worry about, am I going to get more anxious or am I going to get less anxious? How is it going to go? And so once again, it's cyclical. And I'm using that as an example to show you how mental processes become physical, because I think that's a really good example of how things become physical. So today, I'm going to talk a little bit about fear and a way to overcome fear. So I want to teach you a little meditation or a calming exercise. So what I'm going to ask you to do is take your left hand and take your right thumb. And you place your right thumb right in the middle of the palm. And if you look at, there's two lines here. There's the heart line and also your lifeline. And right at the junction of those two, you put the point of that thumb. And this is also an acupuncture point called Palace of Weariness. This is the tent set up in the middle of the battlefield where the king goes to rest after the battle. He's so weary, the troops have been marching, they've been battling, so they go to that place. And you put your thumb there, and you raise this up to your heart. You close your eyes, and you focus at the brow point. And I'm going to give you an affirmation, and the affirmation would be, I am healthy, whole, and complete. And you can say it out loud. I am healthy, whole, and complete. Incorporate it with some breathing, or you can say it to yourself. And you massage that point as you do that. And this is called a mudra or a hand position. You bring it up to the heart. I am healthy, whole, and complete. So that's one of the exercises that you can do for today. I also want to speak a little bit about negativity, because I think that as humans we are somewhat negative. And this is deep-seated. This is the reptilian brain, the very primitive brain. If, as we were walking down to the water hole when we were Neanderthals or cavemen or whatever you want, and we heard a twig break, we didn't sit there and think, oh, that's my buddies coming down to party with me. We thought, that's a saber-toothed tiger, and I got to get the heck out of here. So as a result, our first response to a lot of stimulus is a negative attitude towards it, and we tend to move to negativity. So if you're going to make some affirmations, you need to make them in a positive sense and take the negative. The negative tends to draw us to it. If we have a donut and we say, I'm not going to eat that donut. I'm not going to eat that donut. Well, that donut crawls up inside your brain, and eventually you go back and you grab that donut and you eat it. If you say, I'm not going to have negative thoughts, you're always going to negative thoughts. So I'm going to read a few things for you. I want to read because I usually do these contemporaneously, but I'm going to give you some examples today. So a negative thought would be, I am not going to fear the future. So once again, you're putting the negative into it. I am not going to get sick with the coronavirus. Once again, a negative, putting the not into it. I will not worry about my finances in the future. I don't want to think about the future, but will live in the present. So let's put this in an affirmation rather than a negative aspect. I have great expectations for the future. My body is strong and healthy and able to meet the challenge of any disease that comes its way. I am successful and will continue to prosper and excel in the new environment after this challenge. And last, dealing with each day and each moment as it comes to me will provide clarity as to my purpose and direction in life. Dealing with each day and each moment as it comes to me will provide clarity as to my purpose and direction in life. Hope you're all doing well. Tomorrow we'll go over some physical exercises that you can also do besides this little mudra and meditation that I gave you. God bless and goodbye.